Guys, this is Ashley back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I will be dropping a podcast episode pretty soon, and I will go over Cupcake's album there on the podcast. Link will be in the description. But in the meantime, we got a lot to discuss. So D0JA, aka Wayne, did a recent interview, and he said his 5 best rappers of all time are Missy, B.I.G., Eminem, Camel Toe, and Champagne Thickums. Okay? A lot of fans feel like this was a diss to Ckiminaj because he mentioned Champagne Thickums and not Nicki. Now, I think 2 things could be true at once. Okay? Because I can look at things from both sides. Okay? I feel like Wayne, hypothetically, he could feel some type of way about Ckiminaj because, allegedly I was told that Wayne wanted to do a Young Money tour a few years ago. And, Nicki Minaj, when she performed in New Orleans, she did not bring out Wayne. Okay? But she was bringing out everybody else that she messed with. Okay? Tyga and, Champagne Thickums performed, and Central C and Bia and JT, everybody else that she fooled with. But Wayne did not perform at the New Orleans Gag City tour. Okay? Now, maybe when she go back on tour, I don't know if she's going back to New Orleans, but when she go back on tour, maybe he'll perform, at the second leg of Gag City. Okay? You never know. But he didn't perform at the last one. He might feel some type of way about that. You never know. A lot of these male rappers, they're actually very sensitive. Okay? So maybe that's why he said it. But also, I feel like it could have been a chess move. Okay? Because, I've been told that Champagne Thickums, even though he has writers, that he has helped Wayne write a few records. There's nothing wrong with that. Kanye has writers. Dr. Dre had writers. A lot of your favorite male rappers don't always write their music. So I've heard that's one of the reasons why, Wayne decided to put Champagne Thickums in that category is because, Champagne Thickums has helped him write just like he did with Kanye West. And then also, he might just want to stand beside Champagne Thickums during this beat. Mentioning Champagne Thickums would look good because Champagne Thickums, unfortunately, lost the rap battle to Kung Fu Kenny, the current king of rap. And maybe he put his name there to, uplift his spirits. You know what I'm saying? Because Wayne, he's loyal, usually, most of the time. So I think it could have been a chess move. But I don't feel like Young Money is the same like it used to be. You can definitely tell Young Money is not the same. Nicki don't even say Young Money anymore. And, she's focusing heavy on it. And that's her priority. But I don't really think this is a big deal because at the end of the day, Wayne and Nicki are family fight, and then they get back cool. So I don't really think that this is going to end their relationship. It's not a big deal. And the people that he mentioned should be on the list. Eminem is an icon. Camel Face, whether you like it or not, he's an icon. Missy's an icon. Who else? Champagne Thickums. He's technically an icon. The people that he mentioned were not flops. These people are icons. So he didn't say anything wrong, in my opinion. I'm just trying to look at it from all different angles. Now, Champagne Thickums also is getting called out because, as we know, he has 2 collaborations on Camila Cabello's album that just came out, which is, I'll be honest with you, Camila Cabello's album ain't too bad. I think I gave it a 7, and I'm going to stand by it. I go into depth in regards to why I gave her that 7 on the podcast, which will be dropping soon. But fans are saying, well, he did not promote Needle. Why is he promoting Camila Cabello? He's known Nicki longer. Well, I got some tea on Champagne Thickums and Camila on Patreon, but I will say this. In my opinion, and I stand by this, Champagne Thickums don't mess with Nicki like that. He don't. I don't know when y'all gonna wake up and smell the coffee. I don't know when you guys are gonna go outside and touch some grass. But he don't mess with Nicki like that. It's evident. Okay? I mean, he never shows love to Nicki publicly. Okay? Yeah, he performed at that one show in Toronto, but he only did that because he was beefing with Kung Fu Kenny. That was a chess move. See, the day he went out with Nicki Minaj and performed Needles was the day Euphoria dropped. Go back and check. So that was a chess move. That wasn't organic. That wasn't genuine. Now, moving on to D0JA Badu. It seems like we might be getting a Camila Cabello and D0JA remix pretty soon.
Never think any famous person knows me.
Oh no.
So I actually saw D0JA at Coachella, and I literally, because I saw her at Coachella, I was like, I feel like my fan thing came out, and I was like, D0JA, I loved you at Coachella, and she was like, ooh, I love it, and I was like, she knows. Wow, that's crazy. Like, I always just think like people don't know me, but they do.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like D0JA is a huge fan of Camila's single, I Love It, which I thought that single was trash. No shade, that's not my favorite song on the album. That song was trash. But a lot of fans are hoping that D0JA Cat will be on the remix to that song. Okay, maybe that will help it. Maybe I'll like it a little bit more because I do not like the original, even with the Gucci sample on it. But, you know, I would not mind if D0JA and Camila do something that might be fire because I do like the album. But this could look bad on D0JA Cat because Camila is a known racist. Okay, so women that don't like black men and was in the racist chat rooms and somebody that called Normani a monkey, maybe they shouldn't collaborate. That might look bad. But if y'all didn't say anything to Champagne Thickums, the colonizer, you definitely cannot say nothing about D0JA Badu. Okay? Now, moving on to Botch and Bitter. Botch and Bitter headlined the EBT Experience, and they have reported that the EBT Experience sold out, even though when I checked a few days ago, it was not sold out. Okay? But it looks like Titanic bought the remainder of the tickets. So Botch and Bitter could be sold out for the arena concert and not be embarrassed. Okay, which I completely understand. But I definitely don't believe that she was sold out. Okay, you know, she might have sold her soul, but she definitely did not sell out that arena. Okay, even with DeVito, Sexy Red, and all those other people performing, because I checked a few days ago and it wasn't sold out. Okay, so they just bought up the remainder tickets last minute. But with that being said, she did perform. She was wobbling around on the stage, hiding that bump, looking a mess. And then she ended up going off on her team and the production people because they were messing up her set. Take a listen to this.
Y'all messing up my pyros. The fans is off. Y'all messing up my music. What am I paying y'all niggas for? What am I paying y'all niggas for? Turn my fan on, bitch.
So let me know how y'all feel about that. It looks like 11 Faces is going off. Not only that, she was rocking a number 11 jersey. And fans believe that her album will be coming out October 11th, copying Nicki Minaj, who put out her album December 8th on her birthday. So fans are speculating that, you know, she could possibly be putting out her album in October on her birthday. Let me know how y'all feel about it and how much you think she's going to sell first week. Now, moving on to Megan. Megan Thee Stallion is simultaneously at number 1 on the US iTunes and Apple Music chart with her album Megan. Now, that's all fine and dandy, and she might sell like 100,000 first week. A lot of fans are saying that she will sell 100,000 first week. But for me, I feel like the album wasn't as great as her other albums, and I don't even think her other albums were that great. I think this was her worst album. Even Spin, the song with Victoria Monet, I didn't really like. I like Victoria Monet's part, but I didn't like Megan Thee Stallion's part. So I need somebody that's really good at editing to put like the Victoria Monet verses together and leave Megan's verses out and just post it on YouTube or something so I can listen to it seamlessly, because I just feel like she ruined that song. She was too rough with it. I'm like, you can't even match Victoria Monet. Victoria Monet is speaking so softly in the song, and here you go with your rough ass voice ruining the song. I'm like, goodness gracious, can you speak softly for once? I mean, why can't you just match Victoria Monet? She was so soft and sexy in the song, and here you go with your rough ass voice talking about sucking some D. So I was like, I don't really like any of the songs except, Where Them Girls At. That's a nice song, but other than that, I really didn't care for any song on the album, and that's why I gave it a 5. And a 5 was a stretch. I was trying to be nice, to be quite honest. I really wanted to give it, a 1 or a 0, but, I didn't want to be mean, so I gave it a 5 just to be nice. 5 for effort, but it really is like a chop. It's a 0 for me. I'm never going back to that album. Now, Scratch Off is being called out by the OV-Hoes, the Champagne Thickums fans, because they are saying that she copied Champagne Thickums in her new song, Big Mama. They're saying that there's a heavy Champagne Thickums influence, and that basically she copied Push Ups, one of Champagne Thickums' diss tracks to Kung Fu Kenny. I also feel like she copied Family Matters low-key, okay? Like the cadence, not the lyricalness, okay? Because Family Matters lyrically was good, but the cadence she copied, because she put out ABC bars for Big Mama. But one thing we know about Scratch Off, I don't know what her sign is, but she doesn't have her own identity. That's one thing I noticed about Scratch Off. I think she's a Capricorn, but she struggles with finding her own sound and identity. I see a lot of times she pulls from other artists like Gorilla, Botch and Bitter, Megan, Nicki, Doja Cat, Flo Milli. She tends to copy people often. Ice Spice at one moment in time. She started wearing less makeup and wearing her hair naturally once Nicki Minaj called her old. So I really feel like she just doesn't have her own identity, and that's why she tends to copy other artists and continues to flop. But also, I wouldn't be shocked if Champagne Thickums and 21 Below Average were helping her in the studio. Because remember, Champagne Thickums was sleeping with her sister, Brooklyn. Champagne Thickums could have said to Scratch Off, like, listen, I can't do a song with you. Because at the end of the day, I don't want Nicki to work with Kung Fu Kenny, and you talked bad about her publicly, so I can't really work with you publicly, but I can write you a few lyrics, I can give you, some musical suggestions behind the scenes in the studio. I think that's what happened. I think him, Brooklyn, 21 Below Average, and Scratch Off were in the studio, and he gave her some pointers, but the song is still trash. Sorry. The pointers didn't work because the song is garbage. Now, moving on to Queen Bee. CNN named Cowboy Carter the best musical genre reintervention of the year. Wow. They said a truly monocultural moment in music. Queen Bee's landmark 8th studio album took the old like the Beatles' Blackbird and Dolly's Jolene and made it new and vital again. It shined a light on both trailblazers and up-and-coming artists that normally aren't associated with ever-changing genre that is country, while portraying a very personal story from Queen Bee herself about her own experience in the music world as an artist of color. Okay, so that's what they said about Queen Bee. I do feel like it was a cultural moment. I will say that. I do feel like it was a cultural moment, but the album is okay. Like, to me, listening to the album is not bad. She sounds amazing throughout the album. I don't feel like there's a lot of skips, but I do feel like when we're talking about longevity, like, it's not an album that I always go back to. I might go back to Tyrant, every once in a while, but other than that, I really don't go back to that album like that. And I feel like Queen Bee is too busy trying to pander to the Caucasians. She's somewhat losing her black audience. I don't feel like black people really mess with Queen Bee like that, okay? Because she's not personable. Now, congratulations to JT. She has the highest charting female rap song on iTunes currently with the OK remix with Jeezy, which is completely fire. I do like the remix. And hopefully JT chart. I do think that she deserves to chart with this remix because at the end of the day, I feel like people low-key be sleeping on JT. JT got bops. I think she needs a better push, a better marketing team, okay? And maybe I think that, QC needs to give her, I wouldn't say a ghostwriter, but maybe, a better producer or somebody that can give her like a hit record, okay? She need to work with Hit Boy, Mustard. She needs to work with like those type of producers so she can get a hit single. Okay, so I think that's what JT should do. Now, moving on to Y0ÚÑG, it has been officially announced that Y0ÚÑG has been asked to be a performer at the 2024 EBT Awards. She will be performing this Sunday. The EBT Awards start at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, my whole thing is, shouldn't Normani be performing? Didn't she just put out an album? I know it didn't do well on the charts, but it doesn't make sense for Y0ÚÑG to be performing and not Normani. Okay, that definitely don't make sense. So I better see Normani on that stage or EBT Awards will be receiving Donkey of the Day. Okay, she better be on them stage performing Candy Paint, 159 with Gunna. She better be performing something or Donkey of the Day will be going to the EBT Awards, okay? Because Y0ÚÑG, one, doesn't really have a hot single out. What is she going to perform? Okay, she don't got an album out. She don't really got nothing really going on musically, okay? She not on tour. Why is she performing? I know Queen Bee pulled this string. This has Queen Bee written all over it. Sabotage Normani. That's what it is. Because ain't no effing way she should be performing before Normani. Okay? I would rather see Victoria Monet. At least Victoria Monet put out a music video for All Right. I mean, Y0ÚÑG, what did she got going on musically recently? The Girl Bye song that flopped? I mean, no. Donkey of the Day to EBT Awards. Now, moving on to Ice Spice, she subliminally addresses the text messages by Baby Stormy that exposed her talking junk about the Queen, Ckiminaj.
You have to deal with certain downsides, when stuff gets leaked, like text messages or whatever that aren't necessarily real.
Yeah.
How do you keep the blinders on and not acknowledge the internet bullshit? Cause it's got to be tough.
They gotta be.
It's, sometimes I'm tempted to engage with certain things.
Let me shit up.
Yeah, and so, but then I also realized you're gonna just give it legs to grow and run with.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes you can over-explain yourself a little bit. So I just kind of like to just focus on what I can control and what really is, what really matters. You know what I mean? Also, sometimes I have to just really turn off my phone. And I realized that I'm more likely to, you're more likely to get a reaction out of me if I had just woke up and didn't eat yet.
Yeah, because you get up and you pick your phone up and you're in bed.
Yeah, I noticed every time that I ever clapped back at somebody, it was really early in the morning, or at least early in my morning.
And you were hangry.
And I was hangry as fuck. So now I make sure to eat, brush my teeth, do a little something, and then check my phone.
Those text messages are real, and Ice Mirage said a bunch of nothing. Basically, she just said, she's not going to check her phone early in the morning, okay? Especially when she's hangry. And, she tends to ignore things on the internet, because she doesn't want it to get legs. But, you gave Baby Stormy legs by not addressing it because, to be quite honest, you lost some fans. Okay? That was an L. You should have addressed it publicly. Whether you apologize to Ckiminaj or not, the disrespect was public, okay? Because it was made public via text messages. So the apology should be just as public, okay? Because you always show public love. You know, you be quick to like things and retweet pictures and like pictures of Nicki Minaj. So if you can show public love, you can apologize in public. That's just how I feel about it. But she said a bunch of nothing, and you lost a lot of fans. No shade. But anyway, I got some hot tea on Patreon. Link will be in the description. And make sure you also subscribe to my podcast channel. We'll be uploading a video soon. Link will also be in the description. And have a great day.